It's time for the news.
Another UFO sighting has taken place.
The leather's made out of cardboard.
The number you have dialed is in an alternate dimension.
Welcome back to Weird Week. My name's Jack, here again with Daniel Kim. How you doing, man?
Doing well. Swell, I think, is the what the kids say nowadays. The kids
Is that what
don't
they're
say
saying?
swell. They
Is
say
that what
it's
they're
all
saying nowadays, or what they said 100 years ago? Swell. Dandy.
Well, dandy.
Not too shabby. How you doing this Friday? You ready to get into the weekend?
Let's get into it. Let's do this.
You ready for it? I like that. Or well, then let's just kick things off. We're starting off with a topic. A lot of this is going to be like health related, news subjects this week, this Friday. A newer heart transplant method could allow more patients a chance at life-saving surgery. Do you know much about this, DK? Did you look into this a little bit?
So most transplanted hearts, they happen when they're, in the article it says brain dead. I guess it's when their brain is not functioning. But they're using this new method, which is, I think they use it for livers. They're in circulatory death. So it's when they take the heart and they put it into an incubator to keep it alive, and that's how it's going to be transported into another person who needs a heart desperately.
I see. And so what, the incubator is the thing that's different now?
Of when they decide to take out the heart. I think
Gotcha.
when
Okay.
Because they have, usually for most heart transplants, like they have to be really pronounced dead, fully dead, like their brain isn't functioning, and then it's they said it's like that's when blood isn't circulating anymore, and that might damage the heart. So even though like the person that did want to donate his heart to it might not be in mint condition, I guess. I'm sorry to use all these scientific terms, but
Of mint condition, like
a comic book or something.
Yeah, like a mint condition Pokemon card. He's like unfolding the layers of the wrapper and like making sure not to crease
today,
the
I'm
heart.
going to be unboxing a heart today.
I'm going to be unboxing a heart today. I do. It is fun watching card unboxing, unpacking. I love watching that because like how delicate they are with the cards and tearing open the package. It's like a very, very meticulous, like gentle process. And then they hold onto the cards so gently, and then they like pull off one by one, knowing the last card is the one that's going to be the shiny. And then they're just like, they're sitting there shaking. Oh my God. And
man, a Rattata.
But it's a shiny Rattata.
Rattata or whatever, that rat Pokemon.
I never... Rattata. Raticate. But yeah, that's obviously great news if it can give more and more people a shot at saving their lives. Heart transplants are obviously a very, very delicate situation with lots and lots of room for error, and so only the best, the brightest, the best money and all of that can be involved. So we really do hope that we can start to hammer that science down better, Yeah.
So hopefully this works out, because I know like it's a lot of people that needs organs, and hearts are one of them, and whatever you can increase the likelihood of the success of that surgery is okay to me. I don't see anything,
All of us.
It's interesting, like how, I don't know, like it's so crazy to me. I don't know. It's just like the whole idea of
transplanting a heart.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I mean, it sounds easy by saying it, but I bet the process is just, man, it must be tough.
I should ask my surgeon friend. One of my best friends is a surgeon. I should ask him what if he's gonna end up like getting into that or what it involves and stuff. He likes doing surgeries that involve him like playing with the robot. There's like robot surgeon that you can operate with your and like he's a big gamer, and so like going into surgery, finding out that there's like a robot video game that he can play surgeon on. It's just basically like giving him all the life in the world. He's like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play the video game surgeon.
Thank God you said robot, because I was like, it's like he enjoys cutting people open. I was like, oh my God, this is not, it sounds strange. But you said. Because I could not do that job.
He does enjoy cutting people open.
Okay.
That's why
I guess there's some enjoyment to it. I don't know, but for me, I could not. Oh man,
he's fucked up, man. He looks at it in a different way than I would, and I'm in the same boat as you, where it's like, I'm no way in hell that I could even stomach like looking at that kind of a thing, let alone trying to go in and operate. And he told me once that he was because he goes on rotation now before he can be like a surgeon. And one of the things he's had to do in the emergency room rotation, because like the emergency room rotation is really gnarly. He hates that rotation. You just get you see the worst stuff. He, I think, had a guy's hand mangled up, let's just say, in some sort of a mechanical accident that really trashed up the hand, and he had to try to like piece it back together, he said, and to him that's awesome. It's like a puzzle, and it's like, to me, that is grotesque. That is a horror movie. And he's out here like bone, this bone here, that bone there.
Oh my goodness, great. I mean, good for him. I mean, he could stomach it and he could do it. But I mean, to do a thumb together, I'd just be like freaking out. I'd be like, okay, let's just attach this to your elbow. I think
right.
You can use your thumb on your elbow, right?
And
elbow thumb.
Him being able to kind of like do that so easily has really shown me how we all have a role to play in this world, and we are not all the same, because no matter how many conversations I had with him about it and being like, dude, you realize how like psycho this sounds? He's like, it's just whatever to me, and he's like, at least he's using his like what I would find as psycho tendencies in a constructive way. He wants to cut people open in a good way.
I mean, I guess it to him is like he comes from like a scientific perspective where it's like the human anatomy is kind of interesting. He's not grossed out by blood, whereas we're kind of, I think, we associate it with probably pain or death and stuff like that. That's why we can't stomach it. I don't know, maybe like they have a different thigh, which is seems like he does have a different way of thinking about it. But like I said, man, even like, oh my God, even like a deep gash, I'm just like, trying to hold in vomit and stuff, but kudos to those doctors and surgeons and nurses. You guys are troopers. When I look at a mangled hand, I'm just like, oh God.
There I like to believe that those are the they're in the Myers-Briggs personality types. Between the T's and the F's, I believe they're a T. They're thinking rather than feeling, in the sense that they put like, the priorities first, and like, oh well, even if this person's not dead, like we can fix them. We can like, what steps do I take to problem solve, and they're very much like thinking no matter what. Whereas like individuals like you and I end up feeling, we end up seeing it and start to feel the pain that they're in and start to not be able to stomach it, kind of a deal. So it's like there's a difference between the people that can separate their feelings in that way, and we just can't. I don't think, because like we feel those feelings really intensely when it happens. And I've known that for almost all my life. That's why when grandparents used to be like, you should be a doctor and that kind of stuff, it was basically no matter how old I was, I never really gave it much of like a thought. I was never really like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Like it was almost always just like, that sounds really scary. Why would you guys suggest that?
Yeah. For me, it's just, I definitely, I never ever could, like I said, kudos to those people that are in the medical field, but as for me, I just couldn't stomach the idea of a patient coming in with a mangled hand or something severe that I could be like, cool, calm and collected. I'd just be freaking out, even probably more than the person that's hurt or injured.
Right. I also find it funny how like friendships work. That I have this like surgeon friend, right? And it's like, I don't hang out with people in the medicine world, period. Like in general, it's not what I'm like trying to do, but I have like this surgeon friend and I have this dentist friend and I have these friends that are in so many different like fields and stuff. And that's all because they're my friends from like childhood and whatnot. And I find it so funny, like how friendships work, because like as a kid I never imagined myself being friends with like a surgeon or something like that, because like first off, you're a kid and you don't imagine yourself being like friends with people that are just like a profession in your eyes. But I do, like, I find it funny because it's like I'm not a surgeon with surgeon friends, but I have a surgeon friend who's like a good friend of mine. And I can always just like talk to him about random ass stuff that he does in like surgery or in the hospital and whatnot. And to me, it's like so foreign and out there and crazy and whatnot. But like, he's one of my best friends, and that's his everyday life now and whatnot. But like, and it's nothing to him, but it's just like, it's kind of crazy because of like how friendships work, and just like the origins of the friendship weren't anything revolving like surgery or anything like that, but that's like so much his life now, and I'm doing like this kind of a thing, and he's just it's just funny how friendships work, if you ask me. Like, I like
yeah
but, yeah. I like having friends in lots of different places that do lots of different things. It's cool that like having old friendships and stuff like that can lead to those kinds of things, because you won't necessarily hang out with those people in their fields normally. And then you just like all of a sudden, like, it's like, well, nope, but one of my best friends is that. And it's pretty funny.
Yeah. It's like having hoes in different area codes.
It is like having hoes in different area codes. Ludacris said it best. God, that is a good song. Ludacris, I really, really wish he didn't go into acting, you know? Like, just make another album, man. Just make another album for us. And he's done like a lot of singles and stuff randomly here and there. But he hasn't like come out with a big album in recent years. And Luda, I love Luda, man. He had some really, really big bangers on Word of Mouth. My money, top back. Dude,
something.
I
or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know what song you are talking about, but the lyrics escape me at the moment.
Right. Well, and then he's got area codes. He had smack my or not smack my bitch up. That was that's the wrong one. Was move bitch, get out the way. Move bitch.
Get out the
way. Dude, the beats, they were so heavy. When rap was like really was good, you know, we don't have to get into it. I don't want to be the old man that's like, oh, rap these days, but that's when rap was good. You know what I mean? God,
shut up, old man.
Shut up, old man. You know what you're talking about. Go back to the retirement home. Get your AARP card.
I would like my ARP card. I get my
it could actually help in a lot of ways. We were talking. What were we talking about? How did we get here?
About different hose and area codes about surgeons and heart implants and stuff like that.
Surgeons and heart implants and extending our lives. Here's another fun thing about extending our lives that we've learned is that taurine, which is commonly found in many energy drinks, helps animals live longer, and scientists want to see if it's going to work on us too, which would just be crazy because we've all been drinking a lot of these energy drinks, which people say are I'm going to live up to.
If this is true, if
I'm drinking a lot of Monsters.
Yeah, if that's true about Monsters, I'm living up to probably 150 years old. Well, yeah, the story says taurine, I think is taurine, is that how you? Yeah, that's the chemical found. It's about 80% lower in elderly people than in younger humans, and they actually tested that taurine in animals, and apparently it helped have these mice that they experimented on. It helped increase their life by 10 to 12%, which is like it rounds off to 3-4 months, but it did prolong their life, but it hasn't been tested on humans yet. So there's
10 to 12 months or 10 to 12% for a mouse is minuscule, but 10 if we could pull off something like 10 to 12% for humans, that's another 10 to 15 years of our lives.
Yeah.
You know,
hopefully. Yeah.
That's sick. I love hearing that. I find it funny that it's one of those, it's just one of those things that it's like, I knew there's something right about me drinking all these energy drinks at the end.
Yeah, we all thought it was poison, which is like also like Red Bull gives you wings. It's like, wow, they're fucking right about it.
I guarantee they're still not good for you. I guarantee they're still fucking.
Well, yeah, the article does say like that's not an invitation for you just down a bunch of like Monsters, you said, because those drinks do have heavy amounts of sugar, which is still bad for you. So it's like this is not saying like they're just saying that ingredient that's found in energy drinks, it can. That's the ingredient. That's taurine is the thing that's helping people stay alive, not the actual
There's a
monster
potential
drink
behind it, right? Yeah, and it's again like just the study that elderly tend to have less of it in their systems than younger, and that it worked out with the mice. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All those people out there chugging their Monsters every day, you don't have to feel as guilty. Definitely probably still ruining something in your stomach, but you don't have to feel as bad. Something in there is good for
I will have to admit your urine does come out super yellow when you write down on a Monster drink. So I'm pretty sure it's not, I mean, probably filtering out all that sugar, but as far as like,
well, so is taking a multivitamin. It makes it nice and yellow. You're just fleshing out all the crazy stuff. It's like a multivitamin. It's healthy for you. It's got taurine and it makes you pee yellow, just like a multivitamin.
And electrolytes. It has electrolytes, and I think some Monsters says they have like vitamins in it too. Apparently.
Well, probably. I think most of them say they have like vitamin B, vitamin C, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, interesting to know. I'll go and pick one up soon and have me a grand old time.
And he might have elongated your life for it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, it looks like, unfortunately, there's some women's lives that are being affected, their reproductive health. Chemicals in cosmetics are threatening college-age women's reproductive health. That's pretty gnarly. Daniel, there's a study that has been done to show that specific chemicals in makeup, why is it affecting only college-age girls?
Well, that's where the study. That's who
the
they
study
studied.
happened in.
Yeah,
in
that was the control group. So that they were studying younger women. I think ages 18 to 44. So they were trying to, and it does mess with their reproductive system a bit. And the article also gets into like why that's such an issue. Why doesn't the FDA kind of administer this stuff? So apparently, if like they said it like a shampoo or a toothpaste says like it promises something like dandruff, like Head and Shoulders dandruff shampoo, yeah, then then it has to be regulated by FDA. But other things that are just cosmetics and toothbrushes, lotions, they can contain these chemicals, but since they don't have any promises on them, they can just put it on the shelf without any real approval from the FDA.
So are people seeking to get like FDA involved in cosmetics, or
the FDA doesn't like, I mean, the article doesn't go into it. I think they should anyway, because it's stuff that can harm your body. So it's definitely, they should regulate a lot of these things, but it's like, apparently that's one of the loopholes that the article gets into, which is kind of scary because you don't think like lotion's going to really do anything to your skin or anything, but I think all these products are good for you. But then at the end of the day, like this study is showing like, hey, it could actually be doing a lot of damage. These chemicals could be doing a lot of damage.
Yeah. It looks like some states are starting to ban the chemicals, I think statewide measure, which is good.
Yeah, I think EU is gonna like they're starting to implement regulating these things, these chemicals as well.
That's good. I mean, I think for a long time humans kind of misunderstood what putting this stuff on their skin would do. Your skin really does like absorb a lot more than you realize. It's not just it's not just putting something on your skin and then it wipes off and that's the end of the story. There's definitely like some level of your skin absorbing the chemicals in the makeup, and we have to make sure that it's safe. That only makes sense,
Yeah, I mean,
obviously, like they've done the right kinds of tests to make sure women aren't getting like chemical burns or anything like that from it. But the long-term effects, I don't think they understood quite as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because I've heard somewhere that like you don't even, when you brush your teeth, you're not even supposed to use toothpaste, or it's not necessary. But I don't know. It just feels like if I were to just take the toothbrush and just brush my teeth, I feel it feels less clean because I don't know. It doesn't have fluoride or like the minty taste.
Right.
I don't know. Everything that they told you when you were young, it's a lie.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I saw a video of a dentist picking up different tubes and brands and things from the shelf and saying his thoughts on each one. And on almost every single one of them,
I think
he was on almost every single one of them, he was down on them. He, on all the ones that said like whitening and stuff like that, he said, don't get those. They basically eat away at your enamel, which is like the opposite of what you wanted toothpaste to do. Exactly. And then he said, you want the ones that say they strengthen enamel. That's basically the only one that's like approved by him, at least personally, that dentist. Yeah. We all need to brush our teeth. A lot of us do it in the bathroom. A lot of us will take a break and go to the bathroom, brush our teeth in the bathroom. There's a gentleman here who's been taking breaks in the bathroom for just a little too long, his employer says. He's gotten fired. He's gotten fired for taking 6-hour breaks in the bathroom
for his 8-hour shift.
So he works 2 hours and pretends to take a shit for 6 hours.
He doesn't pretend to. He apparently has he had a surgery. So apparently
he has to go to the bathroom for 6 hours.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is kind of like a funny question that arises after reading this article. It's just like, okay, like, granted, I can see both sides. The employee, you have to be in the toilet because you just came from a major surgery and you might, I don't know. I've never known anybody to have like a surgery that has them sitting in the toilet. But when it's a medical condition, I can understand. But how long is the employer supposed to tolerate that before they're just like, okay, this is going to be a problem?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no. I mean, they are still a company that need you to do work for them. Like, if you can literally do nothing but sit on the toilet, you need to find an at-home work from home job and sit on your home toilet and with a laptop on your crotch. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, but there's a level of like, no company should have to pay you for you taking a shit for 6 hours a day. Like that's what it's coming down to, is they're paying you for for taking shits. Like, that's rough, man. That
sounds like a cushy gig, though.
Cushy. I hope those things are cushy after 6 hours.
His end of the year employment review is like, you haven't been taking as much shits lately. What the fuck do we pay you for?
What are you here for? I knew I should have gotten rid of you sooner.
Does not meet expectations. Oh man.
Even Randy's shit that he took that was like human sized was it came out in like half a minute.
Yeah. I remember that episode.
Bono is just a living piece of shit.
Exactly. After what he tried to do to us with the fucking thing, I still don't know how to delete that thing off my phone, because sometimes it just plays on my car. It's like, I haven't deleted this thing.
That album? Oh man.
Yeah, it's just, that to me was like, okay, you guys are dead. I never listened to him, to be honest, in the first place, but that was just like, I'm done with you.
Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, they admitted they understood that it was a big mistake right away after people got so mad immediately. But it was just like, yeah, I mean, because what's supposed to happen after that? All of a sudden, every musician is allowed to start paying Apple to just automatically upload their music to every phone. Like,
exactly.
You know, where do we draw the line? That was obnoxious. We all had to get crazy enraged for a very good reason. It was fun. We'll catch you next week. Try not to miss us too much this weekend. Follow, like, subscribe, tell your friends, your family, all that good stuff. We'll catch you then. Peace. Oh, send us your money. We want that money. Yeah. Peace.